Right now at 6, lawmakers are running out of time to pass several bills, including a state budget. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin will have those details.
And the search is on for whoever shot and killed a man in Waterbury over the weekend.
Unfortunately, the search has ended for a woman from our state who's missing in Japan. We'll tell you what her family is saying this morning, right now at 6.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. First at 6, an unsettled weather week is here upon us. Good morning. Thanks for starting off your Monday with us, America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning to you. So let's get right over to meteorologist Matt Scott to talk about today, where certainly by no means going to be terrible.
No, I think today is actually going to be pretty decent. Just temperatures a little under normal. But last couple of weeks we've had, just either like really hot conditions or just really cool and dreary conditions. This week we got just a little bit of everything. It's dry today, but there are a few chances of rain on the way. We'll talk about that coming up. Satellite radar picture looks pretty good out there now. Clouds will win out throughout the day. Little ribbon of energy kind of pushing through the northern Boston metroplex, going to push down through the Cape. I don't expect much, if any of that, to really translate into rain. The clouds will come. Temperatures into the upper 40s in the Litchfield Hills, low to mid 50s just about everywhere else, up to 55 in New Haven, 54 in Hartford, with a light wind out of the north and east. All right, bus stop forecast, mostly cloudy-ish now. More mostly cloudy skies later on. Temperature should be in the upper 70s, not quite there today. Coming up, we'll show you that 7-day, see when the best rain chances are. There are multiple, and we'll talk about where the numbers are going to. Let's see what the numbers on the speedometer are doing right now. 6:01, here's Lauren Zenzi.
Good morning to you, Matt. Things are looking great out on the roadways. Minimal road work out there. We do have a really light volume out on the roadways as of right now. Good morning. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Out in Waterbury, we do still have some road work on the east and westbound sides of I-84 as you're heading through the Mixmaster. So expect some lane closures in that area between exits 18 and 20, but overall, things are moving really smoothly in and around the capital city. 91, 84, Route 2, you name it. Things are looking great out there. As we head down into Fairfield County, we are starting to see a little extra volume in the Bridgeport area on the southbound side of I-95. But as we take a live look out in New Haven and down in Norwalk, things are smooth sailing. We'll check in again on the roads coming up at 6:30. For now, Tim and Erica, back over to you.
Lauren, thanks so much. The 2023 legislative session comes to an end this week, but there are still hundreds of bills left for lawmakers to vote on.
And Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live at the Capitol this morning with a look at the work that lawmakers are facing this week. Brooke, good morning.
Well, good morning to you both. There's less than 3 days until that midnight on Wednesday deadline that the lawmakers have to get some of these bills passed. Now, the problem is they say that they have left a lot of those largest and most controversial bills really until the last minute to take a vote on. And some of those bills include topics of gun violence prevention, gun restrictions, the 2024 and 2025 budget, more affordable housing help, public works funding, and several healthcare and caregiving policies, along with much, much more. This year's legislative session began on January 4th, giving those lawmakers 5 months to move through the 500 or so proposed bills, but most have yet to actually be voted on. The members have, however, voted on and passed some notable bills so far, including a law that would protect black bears in the state while also holding people accountable for their intentional and unintentional interactions with those bears, a wrong-way driver's law, an affordable housing act, and some gun restriction legislation. Lawmakers say they have a lot of work to do this week before the session adjourns on Wednesday. Many already saying they are so far proud of the work that they have done. Now, the budget is, of course, the largest bill that they still actually need to get through. That is something that is proposed for today. They are hoping to have a vote on it even as soon as today, and I'll have more on what's included in that budget coming up in the next hour. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hey, Brooke, thank you.
Thank you. All right, 6:04 right now, and happening this morning. People are expected to stand with hundreds of group home workers striking for better pay and benefits from the state. At 11 o'clock this morning, there's going to be a rally at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church that's on Capitol Ave. Organizers say people are then going to march to the state capitol. For a week and a half now, group home and day program workers have been demanding living wages, affordable health insurance, and also a pension to retire after decades of service. Well, starting this morning in Groton, officials are going to start a 2-week-long worth of training drills at the Naval Submarine Base in New London. A part of this is going to include live automatic weapons. They're going to be firing blanks. If you're in the area or if you live nearby, you may hear gunfire or other sounds between the hours of 8:30 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. Officials say training exercises like these help prepare them to respond to any future threats.
Well, later this morning in Bridgeport, Governor Lamont is expected to announce a big investment in housing assistance for people who are in the Career Connect program. That's a state training program that gives people the skills needed for careers that are in demand. And the governor said people in that program will soon be able to access $30 million worth of rental assistance. His office said it's being paid for by federal COVID relief funding. In Waterbury this morning, lawmakers along with state and federal environmental officials are expected to announce more than $8 million in grants to clean up and reuse abandoned, contaminated industrial properties all over Connecticut. They're known as brownfields. Today's announcement is set for 9:30 a.m. at South Main and Washington Streets.
Well, this morning, police in Waterbury are searching for the person who shot and killed a man. Officers responded to the area of North Main and Division Street early yesterday morning, and that's where they found a 26-year-old man with a gunshot wound. He later died at the hospital. Anyone with information is being asked to call the Waterbury Police Department. And also in Waterbury, 6 families are still out of their homes this morning after an apartment complex caught fire. Now, that fire started at about 2 in the morning yesterday on East Main Street. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The families displaced are getting help from the Red Cross.
More than a dozen people were rushed to hospitals after an apartment complex fire in Hartford. And this morning, we know that 4 of those people are in critical condition. Firefighters were called just before 9:45 p.m. Saturday to Evergreen Avenue. They said they had to rescue several people who were stuck inside the building. Now, 13 people were brought to the hospital, and 2 of those people who are in critical condition are being treated for serious burns. They are still investigating how the fire started.
A motorcycle driver is in critical condition this morning after crashing with an SUV in Middletown. It happened on Hartford Avenue just before 6 o'clock last night. 54-year-old Daniel Ricker was brought to the hospital by Lifestar with a serious head injury. We're told the driver of the SUV was not hurt. Anyone who saw the crash is being asked to call Middletown police.
In Norwich, one man died after his car crashed into a garage. That happened just before 2 a.m. yesterday on East Main Street at Stonington Road. Now, police haven't released the man's name, but they are still investigating how the crash happened.
The family of a stores woman missing in Japan say that they have ended their search for her. They made the announcement yesterday on their GoFundMe page. Patricia Wu Murad was first reported missing on April 10th. The family writing a detailed update describing the efforts of police and rescue crews and thanking them for all of their hard work and time. They say after the 10th of this month, they're no longer going to be accepting any new donations on that GoFundMe page.